Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of How to Minecraft. This is a weird one for me to record because this is only the third time trying it. I've been having some recording issues and yeah, so I have tried to record this video 3 times and this is I guess the third time. So 2 times, and for various technical reasons the recordings were either corrupted or they didn't have any audio. Listen, if you are trying to start a YouTube channel, know that it happens to the best of us, and we still have technical difficulties all the time, even the big YouTubers. So here we are with this weirdly laid out video. By the title and description and thumbnail, you probably know we are going to be making a tree farm in this episode. And I already have everything cleared away and the trees basically are ready to go because, like I mentioned, I've already done this episode already. So where did the inspiration for this episode come from? Well, I've been loving reading the comments, and one of the suggestions that I saw was that I should make a castle for my advancements, or for like my mementos. So I thought like an advancement hall where it would kind of like showcase a lot of the things that I've done in the world, and maybe even some mementos through the world, like my first pick or something like that. And I love that idea, except that when I thought about building it, I realized that there really isn't a lot of color palette choices at my disposal. I have stone covered. Like I got cobble, I got smooth stone, I got andesite, diorite, and granite. And so those are good. But when it comes to wood choices, I don't really have an awful lot of choices. I have spruce. Like, believe me, I have a lot of spruce because we're in this spruce forest and it's easy to make, but I don't really have any of the other trees at my disposal. So in the first recording, I went out and got the rest of the trees, and in the second recording, I cleared away this space for us to use for this tree farm. So I already have all of the saplings that we need in order to make this tree farm, and we are going to be covering the six normal saplings that you come across in the overworld. I'm skipping the 2 tree variants, and technically they're fungus. Well, actually, they're a fungus. Anyway, we are gonna be skipping those because I really hate their leaves. I hate that the warped huge fungus and the crimson huge fungus leave behind leaves that do not decay. You also need to put them on their correct nylium, and I am running on limited space as it is, so those trees are going to be not in this build. Also, you may be wondering why I'm not building this over in my normal tree area. Listen, I've since the beginning episodes, we've had this area as kind of my tree farm. And so why am I deciding to forego this area? Because I could, you know, level 8 or terraform this area and then make this a great tree farm, and I'm doing it really close to the house. Why is that? Well, this beacon, I love my beacon, haste 2 beacon, and this is what I would like to use at the tree farm. I want this haste 2 enchantment. Now, the tree farm ended up being a little bit larger. The footprint of it, at least, ended up being a little bit larger than I wanted to. So over here, we actually lose the haste 2. So poor old jungle. We're not going to get haste 2 with you, but we will with spruce. So about over here somewhere is where I lose the beacon power. You get it for like 16 seconds, so I'll have 16 seconds of it while I'm chopping down my jungle trees. But that's it. So if you are going to make your very own tree farm, here is a list of things that you need. First, you need all of the saplings. So oak, spruce, birch, jungle, dark oak, and acacia. And remember that these are in all sorts of different biomes. And you might even find some cool special biomes, like the birch biome has a special tall birch tree biome, which you might find. Once you do that, then you can really start your farm. And I have mine laid out in a really weird way, and I'll explain that in just a moment. But if you are trying to get all of these saplings still, remember that hose inside of 1.16 allow you to break leaves super duper fast. So I have this diamond hoe that I've been using this entire time, and you can see it breaks the leaves really fast, and it allows you to pick up saplings. So this is just like your hand whenever you are breaking these leaves. If you use shears, you'll actually pick up the leaf block itself, but a hoe will break it just like your hand would, which is really good because it continues to drop the saplings and it continues to drop the sticks that you would normally get from the leaves, either decaying or you punching them with your hand, like I mentioned. So if you're in a rush, make sure you bring a hoe along with you. A iron hoe will allow that instant mine, so you need at least that, but you know, iron, diamond, netherite, whatever type of hoe you want, you can use that to break the leaves. Now, let me explain why this is like a weird zigzag pattern here. We are trying to make a rather efficient tree farm. This isn't an auto tree farm that uses like TNT or anything to blow up the trees and get all the drops or anything like that. It's still going to be a manual process, but we want the layout of the trees to be as efficient as possible. So I've calculated the normal and average distance of the leaves from each different type of tree. So in a normal oak tree, leaves generally only go to a diameter of 5. So that's just like a radius of 3 blocks if you count the center block. So I've made sure to go 1, 2, and then 3 blocks in. And that is where we will put our sapling for the oak tree. So oak and birch are basically the same. That'll mean that when they grow, their leaves will be touching. There will be no space in between them, but they won't overlap. And I want that because we want to make sure that we're not leaving any saplings behind. We want to use the saplings from this farm to replant. And if the leaves are overlapping, one leaf either may not generate or overwrite another leaf, and we won't get the saplings from that tree. So acacia is a little bit different. You can see that it is a much larger area. So this is a radius of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A radius of 6, which means that it is about 11. You have to not double, but double and then subtract 1 because it's an odd number. So it is a diameter of 11 away from this trunk. And that's because acacia has those crazy branches that pop off of the side of their trees. So we're dealing with that. Next is spruce, and spruce is a large log. It is a double log, and that means that we'll have to put the saplings in this type of configuration, but its leaves sort of reach out in you know, this much. Say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and that is doubled because it's a 2, so a diameter of 12. So leave 12 blocks of space for your spruce trees. One thing to mention is you could probably scoot them a little bit closer to this acacia because spruce tends to be very tall, especially this double high spruce. And I personally like the double high spruce because you can easily stair step your way up to the top and then get it all the way down, and you get a lot of wood that way. But because they generate so tall, you could probably scoot it a little closer to your acacia tree if you wanted to. I'm deciding not to. Next is dark oak. 1, 2, 3, 4 is a radius, so a diameter of 8 blocks that you need for your dark oak tree. And finally is jungle. And jungle is huge because jungle trees sometimes generate with branches. So this space may not even be big enough, but I'm just gonna say it's large enough for what we're dealing with. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times 2, so that is 12 blocks. That is our largest area for the jungle trees. So what we're gonna do now is whenever you are planting these trees, we want it to be as efficient as possible. So I'm gonna get rid of all of the grass around these trees and replace it with some planks. And I'm gonna use spruce planks just because I have a lot of spruce logs. So you may be wondering why I'm doing this, and that is because whenever you put down a sapling, if it's on dirt or grass, it will place. But if you try to put it on something like a log or some planks, it won't. So we want to make sure that the only grass and dirt in the area is where we want our trees to grow. And everything else will end up being planks so that we can easily just spam click on the ground. Wow. The flooring is going in, And it is tedious work. The last of the floor is going in right now. And we're done. Now, this floor has two issues that you should be aware of. One is that there is absolutely no lighting, so we need to torch this up, or what I'm gonna do is put in some jack-o'-lanterns to have some extra light. And the other one is that it is made out of wood. So your axe, if you're coming down from chopping a tree, will chop right through it. So there is another option, which is to use some type of stone floor, but I have just so many spruce blocks that I wanted to make it out of spruce. The lights are in, which is fantastic. So now let's actually plant some saplings. Starting off with the oak saplings, all you have to do is lay them in a line. Now, I don't have a ton of them, so we got to keep that in mind. But what we want to avoid is these growing up to be huge, humongous oak trees. We want normal oak trees that are just like a stick and don't have crazy branches. So in order to stop that from happening, I'm going to go ahead and make some slabs. And we're going to go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 blocks. And on the top of the 8th block, we are going to put slabs all the way across our growing area. And this will make sure that these cannot grow so big that they are those super big oak trees that have multiple branches. And I'm going to go ahead and do that for the birch area as well. So remember, just go up 8 blocks, and at the top of that 8th block, put down your slabs. You may also just want to make sure that you light this area up. That way you don't get anything bad spawning on top. Now that we've done that, let me grab my birch, place it down, and same with the acacia saplings, so we can get rid of this, and then put them all down in a row as well. Ooh, I actually have enough of that one. Also, I'm gonna go ahead and put down a double chest in front of each one of these. This will hold the extra pieces of, like, you know, things that we get. So extra saplings and leaves and logs and whatnot of each different type of wood. Now it's time for spruce. This area looks so good at night. Look, no mobs. I mean, over there in the darkness, there's mobs, but no mobs over here where there are trees. Next is dark oak, and these look great. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I can't wait to ever have, like, our oak trees are already starting to grow, and they'll grow all in a line like that, so it'll be very easy to chop them all down. And just can't wait till we have every single type of tree. Next is jungle. Whoops, jungle. And now that all the saplings are down, let's speed this process along with some bone meal. So all of our trees have grown naturally without bone meal. No. So here is what the oak will eventually look like. Obviously, I didn't have enough of the saplings to go all the way to the back, but this makes it very, very nice to just kind of come in here and chop down up until we get to the top, and we're never going to have any oak that is unbearable to chop down because there's the extra limbs, so I can really get quite a lot of oak. I love the slabs up at the top. Same thing with the birch here. So whenever we want some birch, we can come on in here. I'm gonna let the leaves naturally decay. And speaking of the leaves, after I clear this out, you'll notice that the leaves touch, but they don't overlap. And it's really apparent here with the acacia. Acacia gets really, really close here. That's why it's set so far back from the others. And this spruce tree, which grew like on the ground, also its leaves are close but not touching. Same thing over here with these dark oak trees. So, and also the jungle trees. So everything is perfect. Now, sadly, the acacia trees, they do have limbs. There's no avoiding that. They do have a really nice sort of like main, like if I just need acacia real quick, I can just stay in this middle lane here and get all the logs that I want. But if I want to make sure that all of the leaves despawn, then I need to go in there and actually surgically remove all of the limbs. And of course, a hoe is useful for clearing out the leaves because it just destroys them so fast. So with just a little bit more work, this tree farm is, and by work I mean like me actually going in here and chopping down all these trees, that type of work, this tree farm will be producing wood in no time. And that makes me super duper happy. This is exactly what I wanted, and mission accomplished. And I hope that some of these techniques of making sure that the oak trees won't grow too big, and the spacing, that this can help you in your world so you know exactly how to make your tree farm area. And because we are so close, I'm going to see if I can break this diamond hoe and get the achievement from it. Almost there. Almost there. Oh, I didn't get the serious dedication achievement. Wait, what? Oh, it's netherite upgraded. Of course. Say hello, Waffles. Waffles is here, by the way. Well, now I need a netherite hoe. And I could easily go through it with all the leaves that we've been going through. Thanks so much for watching this episode of How to Minecraft. I hope that you enjoy it, and especially that you find this video useful for you. If you want to subscribe, you can catch future videos, tips, tricks, tutorials, spotlights, and Let's Plays here on OMG Craft. Leave a like down below, leave a comment down below, let me know your thoughts. And also, if you want to directly support me, there are two fantastic ways to do that. You can become a member of the channel, click the join button to find out more. With your contribution, you get access to some supporter servers, you get access to early videos, you get access to vlogs, and also you can support me by getting merchandise at helloomg.com. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you on another episode. Bye.